Welcome, everybody, to Unfiltered with Drew. This is a short little micro episode on a single topic. It's unscripted, it's unfiltered, it's uncensored, it's everything. And I wanted to talk today about trusting your intuition. And I think this is huge. So I had a conversation with a friend recently, and this friend had been through a really serious health condition to the point where he had several major surgeries and all kinds of medications and this and that, and really to the point where it didn't even look like he was going to make it and survive. And now he is absolutely thriving. He is moving. He has great color in his face, great energy, and he's just doing, it's like a true miracle. He's doing wonderfully. And I asked him recently, I was talking to him and I'm like, how's everything been going? And he said, I'm waiting on the lab work. The doctor requested all these labs and, I'm waiting on the lab work, and they did all these probes and tests and this and that. And then I'm going to know how I'm really doing. And I thought that was really, really eye-opening because, as a functional medicine practitioner, when I've worked with people in the past, many people, they want all kinds of labs. They want a stool test. They want a hormone test. They want this test, that test, every kind of test you could ever imagine. And what that really speaks to is a lack of trust in our own bodies and intuition. And we're putting our faith as to how we're doing in some random test, some lab technician probably out in the Midwest who's doing a test with a petri dish and all this kind of stuff. And we're putting our faith in that over putting it in our own bodies, which is really interesting. For me, and I'll say this to anybody, I've sort of moved away from lab work in the sense that in my view, we need to get comfortable with the fact that the most advanced, absolutely highest level test is our own bodies. This is the ultimate test that can tap into a level of sensitivity that no test can capture. Our own intuition, our own body will tell us how we are doing, and we need to trust that. We need to listen to that. So often though we don't listen to the body, and if the body does have an issue, what do? We medicate it away, right? We distract ourselves. We don't listen to the wisdom of the body, and the wisdom of the body, the wisdom of the mind, that's intuition. So we need to get back to that, because I do think that is the ultimate test as to how we're really doing. And I hope for my friend and anybody that I work with is to start by putting that trust in their own bodies, right? As to how they're doing it, that they know what's best and they know what's better than any test. And the other thing is that the real work, the real healing that happens, it's not going to come from, real healing isn't going to happen through a test. It's not going to happen through supplements and all that stuff. Don't get me wrong, that's important. But ultimately, it's about just living in alignment with a healthy lifestyle. And all of this is free. Breathing and breath work and movement and nature and self-care, self-love, all of this stuff is beautiful and it's free. Okay? But again, it begins with getting back to just trusting ourselves, trusting our own intuition, and recognizing that is really the ultimate lab work. Okay, so again, this is just a short little micro episode. I hope you found it interesting, and look forward to bringing more of these to you. Thank you. Have a great day.